What is up, Wikimaniacs? On today's episode, we have a pregnant roommate who is asking for a lot, a father who wants to be in the delivery room, a husband is kicked out of bed, OP ruins a vegan's meal, and a husband is disgusted by his wife. For the Patreon exclusive stories, we have a husband who doesn't care about his wife's dreams, and OP comments on a coworker's food. So if you want to hear those stories, go to patreon.com/cultivate podcast network. You get those two as well as bonus stories every Monday and tons more. Reddit on Wiki starts now. Expert in fucking, I don't know.
Great power.
For the fifth time, it's your boy Sean.
What's up, Wikimaniacs? It's your boy Josh here. Joined with me are my two co-hosts, John and Sean, and they were having a 5-10 minute conversation about fantasy football before we just
drafted the best time of the year.
The best time of the year. It's like, it'll be like 2 weeks in by the time this episode comes out.
Oh,
probably.
yeah. And the Texans will be 0-2.
We might be there with you, brother.
Yeah. Argonauts, am I right?
Holy shit.
I have no idea when the CFL starts. That might be bad. As a
I
Canadian.
forgot they
Most
existed.
people don't.
John forgot they existed, and we did a whole episode on them.
It's true.
So that's too bad. But boys, how are you? How are you doing?
Doing good. Can I bring something up too? Over the weekend, I played tourist in Dallas. I haven't done this in forever. So I went to a Holocaust and Civil Rights Museum. I've never done that before. And I've seen the movies, I've seen the documentaries, I've seen all that, but seeing like artifacts and actual memorabilia is about everything. I left that place literally crying. And I was like, man, this is heavy. And I think if anyone can experience that, like I'd just encourage people to just go and kind of see the reality that some people are evil as hell, and some people went through a lot of atrocities. It's people just know about, like, a lot of people just know about like the big, the what happened in Germany and what happened with the Jews, but there's also, some happened in Cambodia, some happened in Africa, and it's just learning that I was blown away. And man, that was just a sad experience, yet humbling at the same time, just being able to see that.
Well, yeah, I love learning about that kind of stuff, because it is like,
you need to learn about it. Yeah.
It's healthy to know for the future, because you don't want to repeat it.
And isn't it wild?
Sure.
It's not. It hasn't even been 100 years, I think. Right? Like,
no, not even close.
That's crazy.
I guess it's close, but
it's pretty close. And like 20, it's like what, 80 some years now that it happened.
Yeah, something like that.
That is still nuts. That it hasn't even been a millennium since that shit happened, and people are still getting targeted for no fucking reason today. But
Nazis are just out and about in the street right now.
Anti-Semitism is still a thing.
It's still a
very
thing.
much so.
So that was just a humbling experience to just be educated about that.
Why I haven't been allowed to listen to the fucking first 3 albums of Kanye West in like over a year. God damn it. A man could have just made Graduation and then shut the fuck up. Fuck.
True.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunate. But fortunately, he has shut the fuck up for a while now, thankfully.
But he's just been doing it quietly, though.
Probably.
An album is on the way, I'm sure.
Oh, no.
And that's why.
Didn't he get kicked out for something for indecent exposure recently or something like that?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't heard any Kanye.
I think I've seen it somewhere.
All right. Well, thank you for bringing that to light, John. I thought you were going to say, because you toured Dallas and then you messaged us this weekend and you're like, I'm moving. I thought you were going to say, I really hate it here.
I mean, I do. Don't get me wrong. I can't wait to get the fuck out of here.
Anyway, let's hop into the first story today. This one's cross-posted by the GOAT, Phoebe the Fan.
Ooh.
And
is this a trick again? Phoebe, you using Phoebe the Fan as an AI cover up again?
She did comment. I forget where, but she commented. She's like, "Yeah, I don't remember posting this story, but that was a funny twist." So No, this is really Phoebe the fan that cross-posted this one.
Okay.
Or is it? Title is, Am I the asshole for telling my roommate that her pregnancy is not my problem?
Ooh.
And Sean is up first, I think.
Does it matter?
I don't know. We'll start with Sean.
I will say, some roommates are not friends. They are just roommates. So
True.
While it would be nice to be considerate and help out your roommate in need, at the end of the day, they're not your responsibility. So I'll go ahead and not the asshole.
Rocking with Sean here. It's at the end of the day, you are just roommates. And if you are the parent of that child, it is your responsibility, not anyone else's. So not the asshole.
That's fair. We did do a story similar to this that one time. Remember, he was like the landlord.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And he ended up not being the asshole. So you guys are guessing from experience, I guess.
I think I just recently reposted that on Instagram this week. So yeah,
did you?
Whoa.
Pretty fresh in the mind.
Nice. All right, well, let's hop into it and see if you boys are correct. So the girl that I live with, Kay, is pregnant and due earlier next year. Of course, she seems excited to have a baby, but at the same time, she has been making her pregnancy my problem. I get that pregnancy is going to affect her physically in many ways, but Kay has been a pain in the ass to deal with. I had to throw out all the bananas because she was complaining about how strong the smell was. She isn't helping with cooking, cleaning as much as she used to, and Kay cries about almost everything, and it's annoying as hell. I mean, is the crying that bad?
Maybe she just means like complaining, which also, that happens when you're pregnant.
True.
You're experiencing something extremely life-changing, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I would be for sure.
Her pregnancy is making her vomit, which I expected, but sometimes the vomiting is so intense, and once she pretty much projectile vomited on the floor because she couldn't make it to the bathroom, for which I had to clean up her vomit. That's gross.
Ooh, this just reminds me of that flight that's going trending right now.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, there's supposed to be a flight from Atlanta to Spain, and they had to deplane because someone just straight up diarrhea throughout the flight. And it's gotten so bad that they had to turn around, go back to Atlanta, rip the carpet out from the plane, and it took them 6 hours to completely clean the whole thing out.
Oh my God.
It was a wild story.
Holy.
Do you get what happens to the person that
I would die from embarrassment, to be honest. And it's kind of hard to blame that person. We don't know. Maybe that person has IBS.
Or was very sick.
Or is very
incontinence
sick.
is a thing.
Yeah.
But
that's wild.
It was
crazy.
Wild. Anyway, so this is vomit, not diarrhea.
Yeah. Mouth diarrhea.
Mouth. Oh God.
All right.
Over the past few months, she has been asking me to get things for her from the store, even on good days when she isn't feeling sick. When I asked her why she couldn't just get up and go to the store herself, she said that I'm not the pregnant one. So this is where I might be the asshole. Kay has been asking me to drive her to appointments, which I did once, but then it became a constant thing of her asking me and I kept refusing. This is what happened the other day. She asked me to take her to the clinic. I said no. I was busy that day. She kept pleading with me, and finally I had enough and kind of snapped. I told her that she is the only one responsible for her pregnancy and to not make it my problem, so that she needs to stop making it by asking me to constantly do favors for her. She started crying and left, and I left because I couldn't take it anymore. I know I may have been too harsh to a pregnant lady, but I don't feel like I need to be her personal servant as well. So am I the asshole?
I say no.
I still say no.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks. Obviously, it sounds like this could be like a single parenting situation, which is why she's, needing a lot of help in other areas. But it's
right.
At the end of the day, she's just your roommate. I don't even know how close you guys are as friends prior to this. Sometimes people just live together because it's convenient, sharing a rent. So I don't know how close y'all were prior to this. So y'all might not even be friends. And even if y'all were friends, it is kind of asking a lot. This is kind of like the other parent should be involved, or your parents should be involved, or your siblings if you have. But again, sometimes you straight up just don't have any of that. And but yeah, you might need to find your roommate needs to find another friend to help them with this endeavor. Because it would be, and you did help. It would be great if you could help all the time. But I mean, it's whenever she got pregnant, did she talk to you and be like, hey, is it cool that I'm going to have a baby? You didn't ask for this responsibility, and it shouldn't be expected of you.
Right.
In my opinion.
I pretty much agree with what Sean said. The only thing that I'm kind of weirded out about is I think there are entitled people out there, and we're pretty evident that we've read about a bunch of people who are completely entitled and think that, hey, the world revolves around me. The only thing I'm kind of weirded out about is a lot of these appointments are intimate appointments. Maybe it's finding out the gender of the baby, or I just think appointments with gynecologists are something.
Right, he could just be dropping her off or something like that.
That's a good point too. That's just probably my suspect about it. I'm like,
yeah.
But other than that, it's a roommate situation. If they're not close at all, then I completely understand why OP would be frustrated. Is it nice to kind of blow up on somebody? No, but I think they were in the right to refuse that, because I mean they're not part of it. They're not part of that pregnancy.
Yeah. Yeah, and everything you guys said is true. That's the scenario. And for everyone in the live or the comments right now, begging me to read the next part.
Oh God!
There is so Phoebe has screenshots, and the third screenshot.
I feel like this is an L, brother.
Yeah, this feels like an L.
Is a commenter, Godless Goddess 1968, asks, "Is it your child?" To which OP responds, yes.
God.
Okay. Oh, that fucking changes everything.
Come on, man.
That changes every fucking thing.
Holy. All right.
Okay. Well, then, whenever I said this seems more like a person, the other side of the parenting situation, then yes, I'm still correct in that sense to where this guy should be. I thought they were just roommates. I didn't even know. Do you say male and female in the beginning?
It didn't even say.
You know what I'm saying? I was thinking this is a woman to woman type of roommate situation. Yeah, of course. If you're the fucking father of that baby, you have to do everything.
Yeah,
everything that she's asking.
Douchebag.
Yeah,
that's all I can say.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Say, really, and I can. You had me in the first half. Not gonna lie, because I was.
Yeah, that's exactly what this was.
You just a roommate. I get it, but the fact that you provided the seed to make that offspring.
Yeah,
my guy.
This is what I get for being stopping my optimism for this fucking show.
I think you were kind of optimist, weren't you?
I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell. I guess either way, you're being negative towards one side, I guess. But
yeah,
wild of you to call her your roommate.
And you're the father
in the story, and leave out the most important part that you are the other fucking parent.
Of being the other parent or boyfriend or fiance or whatever
it is.
You made us lose our first guest, you fucking bitch.
And that's why you're the real asshole.
And that's why you're the real asshole.
No, I think I'm the asshole for leaving it out so long, because in the live chat, I usually do a poll to see, is this person the asshole? And everyone's probably locked in their vote already. And now they're just fuck, I want to change it.
Gasp.
They are so mad at you right now.
They're so mad.
I'm sure of it.
Shout out the YouTube chat.
I miss it. Man. I think I was able to finally join for the first time in a month. And you weren't there, Josh. I was like, fuck, where's he at?
My bad. Yeah, we did some wedding venues last week, so I missed a couple of them. So
anyway. Yeah, same. I was throwing some wedding venues.
Yeah. You've only been to one, I think.
And twice.
Hey, whoa.
Twice. He just didn't
know. The first time, he didn't know how to get there.
The amount of times you fucking said.
Right, yeah. That's my bad. All right, so starting off, 0-1 for both of you.
I don't like this.
Sean likes this. This is even for him. So
yeah, it could have been worse. Imagine if John was just like, fuck it, I'm in the lead. Might as well just
wing it.
Yeah, who cares?
Although
let me help Sean out, and then he fucking owns me.
I was like, there's got to be a little bit something here, but the story just couldn't provide any additional context for me to actually make that guess. So
I had to find it in the comments.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It was just an off comment. So somebody just said, "Are you the dad?" And he was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
was that a drawn out explanation, or he was just straight up, yeah, I'm
literally
the dad?
just said yes. Just no punctuation, no other explanation.
Yes is a
yes.
complete sentence. So
It is, I guess. It was wild.
Holy crap.
So next story we got here is cross-posted by, and I love this name, the 67th Bitch Brigade. That's fucking awesome.
I've used them before. That's a great name.
Okay, that's a great name. Title is, Am I the Asshole for Not Wanting My Soon-to-Be Ex in the Delivery Room? John, you're up.
No. I feel like most of the stories that we've done about birthing mothers saying no to someone in the delivery room, it's always been they haven't been the asshole, and it's been for a reason. So I'm going to stay with no.
Fair enough.
Same. And you said X, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, soon-to-be ex.
Soon-to-be ex. Yeah, they fucked up. They did some stupid.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good assumption with that one. All right. Well, let's hop into it and see. So my husband and I, female 39 and male 41, have been trying for a baby for 5 years now. I admit that our sex life suffered because of how mechanic it became to trying to do things the right way at the right time. And it wasn't just lust and desire, but rather a purpose of conceiving. I feel a lot of people go through that when they're trying to have a baby.
Yeah.
I might add that my husband wants children as much as I do, but apparently the way we had sex scarred him, so he cheated on me with a friend of ours.
You couldn't have gone to therapy first before cheating, brother? Come on.
Just
also scarred him is...
Yeah.
That seems like a hyperbolic. That's the word.
There it is.
I got
what
it.
did y'all do to scar the guy?
Yeah, I can't imagine. I mean, I guess there are probably ways, but it's just the ways I can imagine trying to conceive wouldn't be that scarring.
And I'm doubling down with that. If you're scarred about something, why don't you seek mental health help? Golly.
Or discuss it or anything.
Yeah, some sort of communication.
Cheat on. I'm feeling he's using it as an excuse.
Automatic cheating is the answer for a lot of these dumbasses.
What do you call it? My wife just recently got into Vanderpump Rules, and I don't really watch it.
Pause. What is that a show?
It's like a reality TV show. It's like a bunch of like LA people work at a bar, and they're all young and bartenders or waitresses or whatever. Essentially, is they cheat all the time, and the guys are just like, well, I mean, I was blackout drunk. I'm like, what? How are you still together?
That's not an excuse.
Yeah, it was just like, yeah, you got to stop drinking then, right? He was like, well, I got to hang out with my boys. And I'm like, what is happening?
Where are they showing this? What streaming platform?
Nancy's watching it on Hulu. Apparently it's huge.
Interesting.
Because we had been hearing about it, and then like I think her little sister was like, oh my God, y'all don't watch it? Y'all have to watch it. And that's been all Nancy has watched for the past like 3 weeks.
Damn.
I like how you managed to relate almost every story we do to some sort of TV show, Sean. It's a gift, really.
Thank you. I don't know much.
He knows his TV.
It is a talent.
It is. All right, so he cheated on her with a friend of theirs, and she found out because his sister found out and refused to cover it up for him. He said he was sorry and cried and told me that he loved me, and for some sick reason, I do believe him, but I couldn't stay in the marriage.
That's respect.
When we separated, I found out that I was pregnant. I contemplated abortion, but I just couldn't because I lost everything, including my marriage, for this baby. Plus, I was already in love with them. My husband freaked out when he heard, and he begged me to forgive him and take him back, but I couldn't. When I had my scan, I didn't tell him, and he was very distraught, saying he wanted to be there. Now he is beside himself when I told him I didn't want him in the delivery room with me. He was shocked, and then he literally started crying over the phone.
Shouldn't have dipped your stick elsewhere, brother. Exactly.
Yeah. Fuck. Why does he think he can be there? He's not my husband anymore. I don't even feel comfortable in my underwear around him now. My mom said I'm the asshole, and I was hoping she'd come with me, but she said to forget it because she's not enabling my behavior, so I guess I don't need anyone there. Am I the asshole?
No, but your mom and your ex-husband is.
Yeah, holy fuck.
Yeah.
What are these parents?
Dude,
we have such trash parents.
I thought this would have been like the husband's, like her mother-in-law, but her actual birth mother.
Her actual mother.
I wonder if she had been cheated on as well, and it's kind of just like
it's something that happens. The cheaters.
It's just something that happens in marriage when
internalized misogyny.
Yeah, which sucks for her, and it sucks that she's putting that on her own daughter. Yeah, no, you're definitely not the asshole. It's common thing that we say all the time, but like it's your body, your choice. You're delivering a child. You want to be in. Have whatever comfort you can get. You know what I mean? You're going through a fucking battle, war. So, if having certain people in there makes you uncomfortable and like makes you lose your focus, then they shouldn't be in there. You know what I mean? Everything should be to your wishes. And I feel like that's a pretty basic wish. At least the husband doesn't seem like, at least he didn't like fucking. We've seen worse
where
they fucking
act up in the
where they're like, "How fucking dare you?" and then fucking like comment on like social media, get everybody to attack.
To be fair, they haven't had the baby yet, so
it could happen.
It's still time.
There's still time for him to fucking freak out.
Yeah,
but yeah, actions have consequences, dude.
True.
What are you talking about? You can't. Sure, you could cry, but that's your own fault. You got to understand that you did it to yourself, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, if he was in that stage of his life where he feels that their sex life was robotic and there's only purpose is not so much of intimacy, but just straight up procreation, you definitely need to communicate that with your partner, saying, hey, this is something that I don't want this to be what our marriage is like moving forward. And when he started mentioning that, hey, I feel scarred about this whole experience of trying to create a baby together. Again, closed mouths don't get fed. So if you don't communicate with your partner that you're not happy about your situation, hell, talk to someone that will listen to you, that is like a third party and that has no bias in your relationship whatsoever. They're professionals for that. And hell, even before going to like marriage counseling or something, go to a sex therapist together. Maybe y'all can make the baby making experience enjoyable for y'all. Because, sex is such a shared experience it's a bond between two people, and creating a life is beautiful for a lot of people, and that's a lot of a lot of people would want to seek for their lives. Talk it out. I just hate that the first immediate step for you to make yourself better is to think that it's greener on the grass is greener on the other side. No, you just lost everything. You also said you wanted to have a kid, and now you lost your wife, essentially. And you're probably I'm pretty sure he's gonna have some sort of role.
He'll still be
involved
in the kid.
Right.
He's just gonna miss out on key moments like the birth because of his actions.
Men or women or anyone in particular, if you're contemplating about cheating, just talk to your partner and say, hey, what do we got to do to fix this? And if it's not fixable, then just leave or get a divorce, break up, whatever. End it there, right there and then. Don't go dip in your stick or like sitting on someone else's face for all that matter. Just end it, make it amicable, and do the right thing.
For a second, when you're just like, if you're considering cheating on your partner, talk to them about it first. Hey, I'm thinking about cheating on you.
And I'm breaking up with you.
And there you go. It's all done.
It's all done. You just wash your hands over there. You can do your thing.
That is not professional advice. Please don't listen to that.
Don't do that.
But yeah, you guys are 100% right. Communication about wanting something better, or not better, but like in your sex life, you wanting it to be better or something different, and then communicate with your partner. That's the best case scenario. It sucks that you personally lost out on, like, it sounds like most of your support system's gone now because of what your husband did. That's really shitty. Actually, 21 and drunk on our comment section said, invite his sister and said, I was just thinking
of that fucking thing. Yeah. Yo, invite the sister then if you got anybody.
Shout out to the sister.
Sounds like she'll be a
great aunt,
a good support system. Yeah, great aunt, like you said. Because you don't need toxic people in your life, and if your mom's going to support someone that will cheat on you, then you don't need her there either.
Plot twist: he cheated on her with the mom. That's why she's enabling it.
I hope not, but that did happen in one of our past stories, Sean.
It did.
So.
Good God.
Holy. All right. Well, we're going to hit a quick ad break, collect ourselves, and we'll be right back. So stay tuned. Am I the jerk for not telling the Wikimaniacs how they can save time, eat well, and stay on track with their healthy lifestyle?
Yes, what's wrong with you? Are you gatekeeping good food and time-saving life hacks now?
I, 29 male, have a pretty packed schedule. From recording, editing, traveling, I find myself too busy to cook and actually eat well. Then, Factor came along. Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit, has helped me fuel up faster with chef-prepared, dietitian-approved, ready-to-eat meals delivered right to my door. Now I can skip the extra trip to the grocery store, spending less time prepping and having more time to enjoy fresh, never frozen meals that are ready in 2 minutes. I can choose from 34 plus weekly flavored packed meals, and I even leveled up by going to Gourmet Plus route and treating myself with meals that use premium ingredients like truffle butter and asparagus. Factor also got me covered in the snacks department with an assortment of 45 plus add-ons, including items like apple cinnamon pancakes, bacon and cheddar egg bites, plus wellness boost beverage options like cold pressed juices and smoothies. I happen to have a promo code that you can use to save 50% off. So am I the jerk for not telling the Wikimaniacs about this?
100%. So you're saying you don't have to go to the grocery store and it's delivered right to your door?
You're telling me you don't need a prep, you don't need a cleanup, and in 2 minutes you get to eat? Yes, dude. You're the jerk. Tell the Wikimaniacs all about it already.
My bad. I'll tell them right now. If you head to factormeals.com/wiki50 and use code wiki50 to get 50% off, that's wiki50 at factormeals.com/wiki50 to get 50% off.
You have to say it again, bro, so the Wikimaniacs can know.
Head to factormeals.com/wiki50 and use code wiki50 to get 50% off. Thank you, Factor, for supporting the show. And we're back.
Wow.
Beautiful.
I feel that the bridge to that ad intro wasn't the best. I've had better, is what I'm saying. But
we have another ad break coming up, Josh. I really think you're going to knock this next one out of the park.
I'll pull it together. Wow,
yeah.
I appreciate it. I've been playing a lot of Starfield, so I have not been focused on script writing or anything.
I got it installed. Again, I'm not going to play it till 2024 with my schedule. I gotta say,
I haven't even heard of this one.
Yeah. That's why I messaged John, asking if John was going to, I messaged the boys and I was like, John, are you going to be playing Starfield? I didn't ask Sean because you're not really a gamer.
No, I mean, I play games, but I would say like very popular ones and very infrequently. Like I have Madden. I buy that during Thanksgiving when it's like $10. I have all the Spider-Mans and then I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima, but very slowly.
Beautiful game.
Yeah.
Dude, sometimes I'm just riding my horse and
isn't it pretty?
Wow, look at these
so
cherry
nice.
blossoms.
Well, let me warn you about Starfield. It is not beautiful in any way.
Is it like a horror game?
Saw someone said that it was the pacing was very much like Death Stranding. And
it's a slower to get into, for sure.
And Death Stranding was slower than molasses when I first played it. But over time, after I get certain parts, I learned to appreciate it. So, and I don't like reading reviews when people say, oh, this game sucks. Or, oh, this game's blah, blah. I'm going to enjoy it regardless. People put a lot of effort working and putting those games together. And damn it, I'm going to play. And it's by Bethesda. You know, they brought us Skyrim. And to this day, I still play it like, 12 years later?
I love Skyrim. So. Yeah. All right. Well,
I now know what it feels like to be Josh when we talk about pro wrestling or
football,
American football.
Yes, I feel like when you guys talk about shows and that Tim guy. So,
that's true.
What?
We all have our things.
That's true.
And I'm sure there's a chunk of our audience who's just like, shut the fuck up about games. We will. And we'll move into the next story.
We had our moment, so screw you guys.
We had our moment. Yeah. This one is cross-posted by Ultranami, and the title is, Am I the asshole for yelling at my husband at night and telling him we are never sleeping in the same bed again? Who's up first?
Sean.
Sean's up first.
You love to give me these confusing ones.
That's true.
Let's see here. I mean, no.
So you're saying not the asshole?
Not the asshole. I mean, I guess you could,
what scenario do you see playing out here?
I don't know. If I know of couples that are just like, oh yeah, like we don't sleep in the same bed. You know, I really don't.
Fair.
I don't like that. I like to be comfortable in my own space. So maybe this person was like that, but then got convinced by their partner to be like, let's try this out. And then just over time, it has built up. I don't know. I'm fucking drowning over here.
No, that's fine. That's fair. That's a fair guess as well. John, what are you saying?
I'm going with yes. So it's going to be our first split today.
Ooh,
I think it's one of those situations where I'm thinking in this scenario that this guy is a crazy snorer and they probably can't control it. They probably don't have a CPAP machine to kind of help them with like sleep apnea or whatever. And the wife is just fed up of, oh my God, you snore way too loud. I don't ever want to sleep in the same bed as you. It's some sort of bodily function that it's like something natural that occurs. And the partner is just like, nah, I can't deal with this. Because Juliet was like, hey, you run way too hot. Don't even cuddle with me. And I'm like, I don't blame you, but I missed you. Please be next to me.
Jesus.
So she came back, but she gave me a present and she got COVID. And I'm pretty sure I got it now. God
damn, that sucks.
Just rock with it. It's fine.
I'm rocking with it.
We beat it. Home. It's over.
Yeah,
it's just a cold now, y'all.
That's
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
All right. So let's hop into it and see. So Sean, you're saying not the asshole. John, you're saying asshole. Okay. So finding myself 36 female in an awkward situation in my marriage. I have been married to my husband, 38 male, for 5 years, and we have 3 kids. We are happily married. He is very loving and caring to me and the kids, no doubt there. He is a great dad and husband. The problem now is that he wets the bed every night.
Oh.
So, when it first happened...
A diaper, right?
I mean, that would be a...
That'd be
the easiest solution.
Yeah.
Wear a diaper before bed. You know, you never know what happens.
True. When it first happened, I didn't even know how to react. I felt embarrassed to talk about it with him, and the next morning he took out the sheets and cleaned everything up. Then it continued to happen. Sometimes once a week, sometimes every other week. I have been understanding and empathetic for him for the most part, and hoping this phase would come to pass. A little background. He lost his full-time job 18 months ago and has been between jobs since then. So he does Uber now and then while he's learning to become a realtor. So for nearly 2 years now, I have been the main breadwinner. We live in a high-cost country.
That's giving me the ick.
How long does it take to become a realtor? I can't imagine 2 years, right?
It doesn't take 2 years. I just don't like it when partners throw the whole, hey, I'm the breadwinner of this house type of shit.
I see. You're saying she gives you the ick.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of rubbing it in for a weird, like, I don't understand why right now.
Yeah, at this point, I'm like, this context is not important to why he's been wetting the bed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the context that he's probably stressed as hell, and that could be what is leading to bodily functions doing what bodily functions do.
Could be. I mean, I don't know.
Love
maybe.
to be fucking wrong and widen the gap.
Not sure if this is the reason for the blow out the bed wedding. Or that's a weird way to phrase that, but not sure if this is the reason for the bed wedding. I'll say that instead. But recently he wet the bed again, and I blew up on him that night, screaming at the top of my lungs, and told him that he should never sleep on this bed again unless he solves his issues. The next day, he was back to himself again, very kind and caring. Since then, he's been sleeping in the guest room. I'm so confused. Has anyone else been in this situation? I love my husband so dearly, and I would die for him. Am I the asshole?
Would you die for him? Because you can't even fucking...
Can't even handle piss.
Yeah, you can't. Okay, I was wrong for sure. I don't know how diapers were not brought up. Maybe...
Same.
I live in a place where adult diapers are not easily accessible, but I can't... If you live in a high-cost country, I imagine you could just go get some adult diapers. I was wrong. Just not kind, especially when you have kids in the house yelling at the top of your lungs. I'm sure kids didn't have any trauma with that.
Was that sarcasm, Sean?
Yeah,
just
definitely sarcasm. Also, I have to reiterate, just in case somebody thinks I'm a crazy anti-COVID guy. I was being sarcastic then too. I did. Sometimes people take what we say very literally. So yeah, that's good point, sometimes. Josh. I should. I was being sarcastic there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Your husband, it seems like something your husband can't really control. Like John said, it's bodily functions. Sometimes they just do what they do. And I don't know. It's it seems pretty shitty and it sounds like both of them have communication issues on both sides.
That part I agree.
Like after that happened, the next day he wasn't even like, hey, I get it. It sucks. But like nothing, just act like nothing happened on both sides. It seems crazy. And she just let things build up and build up and build up instead of, we found a solution in like
2 seconds,
first 5 seconds
diapers.
of this story. So it's just, it seems like a very easy fix for this problem. And I don't know how, if the Wikimaniacs have any clue as to why that might not be a solution, let us know. Yeah. But it seems like that would just be the one.
Okay. Yeah, I do agree that it's hard to really call her like a full-blown asshole in this situation, because I can understand where the frustration's coming in. And I did like the fact that you, Sean, that you brought up that they both suck at communicating. And I completely agree. I think once the guy starts realizing that, it's also hard to blame the guy for, not being able to say anything to the wife, because that's kind of embarrassing, like just,
for sure.
I think we were talking about it earlier too, like the incontinence with the plane situation. Sometimes you can't help it. Like maybe there's some more deep rooted issues that he has, like medically, that he doesn't know about. With that said, I can understand why he's hesitant to possibly talk to the wife, because to me, the way I just see it, he's probably embarrassed enough as it is that he doesn't have a stable job. And if he brings up the whole like, hey, I'm having issues, we might have to go to the doctors, they might not have the best insurance possible, especially they already live in a high cost place. So that's just an adding expense to what he already can't provide. So that might be like an ego thing for him to not bring it up. But there are solutions like what Sean mentioned. I think diapers would be a great start for that. But for him, for OP to blow up on the husband, I think it's kind of wrong. And I already probably sticking with the asshole grade here, because I really got the ick when she was like, "Oh yeah, I'm the breadwinner of this house." And to me, if you slap that to your partner, that's just an insult for me, and I'm not a fan of that. So I guess I'm sticking to, I really think she's the asshole in this situation.
All right. So I wouldn't say strongly opposed to what you guys are saying, but I think I'm on the opposite end.
Interesting.
I
change my vote so I can get up closer to the...
I do have a comment that actually will help with my case, but even before like this comment, I think this is a grown-ass man. If he has an issue, go to the doctor. Figure it out. Your wife shouldn't have to communicate that to you and be like, hey, go to the doctor. I think that's a pretty, like, she's not your mom. She's your wife. She's your partner. If I had issues with my body, sure, I would communicate it with Sienna, but I would also be like, I'm going to go get this figured out because I want to, help myself, not make my wife get wet every night and not in a good way. Heyo.
Hey,
that's the opposite of a fist bump, I think.
Oh, okay. I'll take it back.
Yeah, take it back.
Yeah. So in my opinion, I think, yelling at him might've been a bit too much, but I can also see where she's frustrated. It's been, years of this. It's been a while of this anyway, where he's just not taking care of himself and he's not gone to figure out his shit. If he's in a country, presumably if this is not America, where healthcare is free, then figure it out. If it is expensive and that's why you're not doing it, cheaper options like getting diapers, but that's not your wife's, responsibility to make you do that, kind of thing. So
I think there still needs to be like
a communication, because it's a partnership at this point. You know what I mean?
It is, like you're saying though, it is a pretty obvious
solution.
No, not the solution. The wife shouldn't have to be like, are you okay? Or the husband should be like, yeah, sorry about that.
I just don't feel like good partners are there to help each other out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, and it sounds like she has been supporting him for a while, and he just still hasn't gotten his shit figured out. That's where I'm coming. If it was the first time and she blew up at him, that's absolutely not okay. You should communicate first. But this is like, months of him still not getting it either checked out or wearing a diaper or anything like that. And to me, it's like, okay, your wife is not your mom and shouldn't have to, schedule a doctor's appointment for you, buy you diapers, figure out your shit. That's kind of where I'm lying. So that's kind of where I'm at.
I think we're both right in the sense of, like, I agree with what you're saying, but I also agree with what John and me are saying, that, like, it's a two-way road. I mean, it's clearly a him problem, but I mean,
it's one of those no one really sucks, but everyone sucks here at the same time situation.
Yeah, they just need to both open the line, like the lanes of communication.
Open your damn mouth and talk.
Okay, so that brings us to the comment, which does help support my case. So I apologize. I had this information.
All right, can I change
beforehand.
my answer so I can?
It's too late.
So someone asked OP for a little bit more information, and OP said it's been happening more often now, especially when he drinks before bed or days that he's very tired. He does nothing about it though.
Drinks before bed.
He does nothing about it though, even though we've talked about it several times like adults. I was wrong to snap, but man, waking up suddenly at night by wetness had the wrong effect on me. So they have conversations.
With that context,
I have a question to ask.
Okay, I don't know if I can answer, but I will try my best.
We don't. I still get the point, right? Actually,
if you change,
no, I didn't change, because at the beginning of the story I said you're not the asshole.
Right. I'm just saying if you change your outcome now, like you said asshole now.
Well, we always say after the fact.
Yeah.
So my prediction was right.
Yes, it was. I think because since they did communicate, and that was your biggest hang up, right?
That's a point on the board for me.
I think so. I honestly,
we go off the, and it's not even a cheap win. We go off the prediction.
Yes,
not our end result.
This guy,
no.
He just wants.
Hey, I'm down bad. I'm down so bad.
I lost this episode. God damn.
It's not even a cheap point. I'm just
no.
I want it for whoever's keeping record. And I got a fucking point. I got a fucking point because John is out next week. I just want to
clarify that.
Get the gap a little closer so I can fully maybe take over next week.
I like it. Yes, boy. It is your point, Sean. I was just saying if you're changing when I asked, am I the asshole at the end, you were like, yes, you are. But if you're
we only give points for
predictions.
Yes. Yeah. So that is a point for Sean. But yeah, that was the biggest hang up you guys had was the communication part. Yeah. And I think even before that, personally, I say the husband is probably more in the wrong in this scenario just because he's not figuring his own shit out. But if you've been talking about it and he's still not doing anything,
there's no
then
excuse.
You're 100% not in the wrong.
I'd still go initially what I said in the beginning, and I don't think like it's completely on him like in the beginning, but with this context, after that conversation, yeah, dude, she's not the asshole for this. If she's a grown, like she had that grown conversation and dude is not doing anything about it, yeah, that's definitely on him now.
I understand the maybe the job thing is important context for the fact that like he's been drinking before bed now because he doesn't have a job or because he's depressed for not having a job. Would have been nice to have that in the story. Don't need that in the comment afterwards, lady, but I'm just kidding.
You're not kidding.
It could have been an additional comment at the end.
Would have loved that.
Yeah, he doesn't have a job. But anyway, so point for Sean today.
God,
he's up
I'm
one.
losing today. Don't like this.
I'm still down by like what, 10?
Probably only 2 now. I
think.
Think. Yeah. So you have a chance.
Close.
There's a chance. All right. So this next story is cross-posted by the Mount Rushmore of goats. Is that what we're going to call her now? Mid-score.
Oh yeah.
So it's going to be a good story. And this one is: am I the asshole for telling a vegan that cheese and mayo contain animal products?
No,
you're helping them out.
Yeah, if they don't know that they have those products, are they really vegan or are they well-informed vegans? Sounds like they're not.
Here's what I'll say.
Say the opposite of me, Sean. Say the fucking opposite of me.
Oh my God, relax. I will say, I do know like friends who, like, for religious reasons, like they get married into like a religion or whatever, and they can't, have certain foods. And then I'll be like, oh, did you hear about like something that is, doesn't seem like it breaks that thing, but it actually like it's cooked in like fucking bacon fat or something like that.
Oh, I see.
And they're just like, please don't ruin more foods for me. So no. I could see where that could be a thing. But I will go with John on this one. I think you're just helping out a friend.
Same.
Okay, fair enough. All right, let's hop into it and see. So this is a weird one, at least I think so. I was spending a few days on a trip in a cabin with some of my friends. One of them I am acquaintanced with. God damn it.
Press the button.
There it is. One of them I am acquainted with, but I don't know very well. I just know that he doesn't eat meat and claims to be a vegan. I don't care if he is a vegan. People can eat how they want. I just think his veganism comes from him never trying foods. He eats nothing but junk food and doesn't like meat or eggs or drinking milk because it is from an animal and the texture grosses him out. Again, not my problem. It's his life. I mean, that's a weird... Like if it's a texture thing from him, that's fine too. You know what I mean? Like to be a vegan because of the texture, that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't eat mushrooms because I don't like the texture.
I can't do mushrooms either.
I have a friend that straight up just does not eat any fruit, and it's just a mental thing.
Damn.
That's John.
That's worse than me. I eat fruits, motherfucker.
Oh, vegetables. I
love fruits.
All right.
So like vegetables. Come on, guys. Doing a little better.
He's made big strides in the past year.
I have. There's green in my plate now, so it's okay.
Like I was eating a salad a few months ago. I was proud.
True. That was a few months
crazy.
ago.
It was a side salad.
Let me re-emphasize a few months ago.
Not a full salad.
That was the last one I ate. Yeah. So he eats Doritos and chips constantly, lots of ramen noodles and mac and cheese, which mac and cheese definitely should have,
also, the powder is just
Are you getting like beef flavored ramen, or like if you eat ramen, do you know that it's like
chicken stock or beef stock?
Like pork broth from pork bones.
To be fair, I've never looked at the ingredients on those, but yeah, I can only imagine what's on there.
It'll shorten your life by like 2 decades.
It's like a hot dog. You never want to know what's in there.
Yeah.
Or McDonald's
in your
chicken
deepest
nuggets.
Yeah, you know what's in there, really, though, if you think about it.
I refuse to believe what's in there.
I think with Spam. Yeah. It's the same shit that's in a hot dog.
Brother, I just had Spam this morning. Please don't ruin
it's delicious. I'm going to continue to eat Spam. Same. You can't stop me. Even if I know it's pig snout.
There you go. So I don't think I've seen him eat a vegetable. I've never really seen his eating habits before this trip. The first night we were deciding what to eat. A friend suggested pizza and he agreed. I said, keeping him in mind, we should make sure that they have options with vegan cheese and meatless sauce. He was like, what? Cheese is okay to eat. It's not meat.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo.
I told him that cheese is made from milk and he started to look sick. He went on his phone and searched it up and was very upset. I thought this was common knowledge. He said that he loves pizza and pretty much lives off of pizza.
This is my friend. He during Lent, when we were like teenagers, he was like, "Oh yeah, I gave up fried food for Lent." I was like, "Oh, sick!" And then like I see him the next day at school. He's eating a fucking donut, and I'm like,
"Donuts are fried."
My brother, that is deep fried, my friend. And he said, "No, donuts are baked."
You can bake donuts.
I was like, "You can." But I know a fucking Krispy Kremer.
If you're Krispy Texan, Kreme, that
a fucking Shipley, that motherfucker is fried.
Fried.
So I was like, oh, I hate to do this to you, man.
So you're this guy. You're OP right now.
This guy, yeah.
So he said that he pretty much lives off pizza and that he eats a ton of mac and cheese. I guess we were all just assuming that he had vegan things handled and ate vegan mac and cheese or that Kraft cheese that isn't even real cheese. The next day we were ordering food. He was telling our order to one person so they'd go out and pick it up. He was asking for just a sandwich with vegan cheese, onions, and mayo, and a side of fries.
Oh, don't tell me you don't know about mayo. Got eggs in that.
Oh, shit.
I said
no clue.
Oh, boy.
I said to make sure that they have vegan mayo there. Big mistake. He was upset and asked me why he couldn't eat mayo. I said that.
I mean, you can eat whatever you want, brother. I mean,
you can. I said mayo is made of eggs, and he got really pissed off at me and said I'm ruining all the good foods for him. That's like your other friend.
Yeah, I asked before, and she was like, "Don't do this.
Don't
do this, brother."
At this point, I just stopped keeping him in mind. He made some other questionable orders of things with animal products, and I just didn't bring it up. He says I ruined food for him because he just puts cheese and mayos on top of most things he eats, and he called me an asshole. I don't care what the guy eats. I don't care if he claims to be vegan and eats a steak every day. I was just keeping him in mind because my mother is vegetarian, so I'm used to on checking if things have animal products in them. So am I the asshole?
No. Absolutely not. Your friend
Absolutely
is
not.
so very much so misinformed.
Acquaintance.
Of what acquaintance.
Yeah. Made it very clear they weren't friends.
Acquaintance.
Of what they feel what veganism is, and they're walking the wrong path.
Hey, if anything, this opens up the door for him to be like, wait,
Maybe I'm not. Maybe I enjoy other food. Yeah.
I like cheese.
True. Could
I
open his
like
palate up a
mayo.
bit.
So maybe, you know.
Although maybe it's just it could be like the idea of those foods make him uncomfortable of eating. And so
or like an
truly
animal
has ruined
thing.
it.
I know like people really, that's like another reason for veganism.
Yeah.
The mistreatment of animals, which I get totally.
100%. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess it's like, yeah, he could open up and be like, yeah, you know what? I do like pizza, but it could be like a mental thing where it's like, I hate the idea of eating this because of its animal products.
Oh, completely agree with the whole mental thing. Once Julia ends up being a guest host one day, she'll reveal all the secrets that I have in terms of my weirdness with food. It is very much a mental thing. You know, like I don't like pork. I am not a fan of pork. However, I eat lumpia that has pork
Motherfucker, you
in
eat
it.
spam?
And I eat spam, and I like spam, but
Hot dogs?
I can't do it where it's like pork
You
chop
eat hot dogs too.
or like a big slab of pork. I can't do like pork belly.
Interesting.
It's a mental thing for me. So
No bacon?
I like bacon, but thicker cut bacon and thicker cut pork belly, I'm not a fan of. Like chashu, I'm not a fan of. But I know it's pretty much just thicker cut bacon. You know what I mean?
What do you eat when you get ramen?
I usually just get extra egg. Yeah. Or I give the chashu to Juliet. So it's I get the whole mental thing. Like there's a lot of foods that I'm like, I eat it a certain way, but if it's prepared a certain way, I can't do it because I just get psyched out by it. So it's
I used to think rice was roach eggs, and I could just never eat rice. So I'm with you. I understand it.
So that part, like the acquaintance, I get it. Like mentally, sometimes with food, it do be difficult sometimes. But you can't be calling your friends an asshole for ruining shit for you. You just got to be more informed about what you're consuming. So. Yeah, not the asshole.
I don't think you're the asshole for informing him that because you were trying to honestly look out for him.
Yeah.
And then when he made it clear that he wanted you to stop, you were like, all right, well, I'm not going to bring it up for the rest of the weekend, and you did. So you did.
As soon as you said, "Oh, make sure they have vegan mayo," if he didn't want to know, he could have just been like what my friend did and was like, "Before you tell me anything,
shut the fuck up.
Do not tell me anything." 50% of my diet is mayo. The other 50% is fucking cheese, bro.
And Opie's a great person. Like you could have been just thinking about yourself, like as a selfish, like in terms of how you eat. That's what I would have done. But instead, you're still thinking about your acquaintance. I can't say friend, but I don't know. He's a well-intentioned person. It seems like they care because they have experience looking out for their mom because of their vegetarian. So. I don't know. That's a kind of friend I would like to have. Just keep me informed, but not saying, "Oh, you're a fucking fake vegan" or shit like that. They just have good intentions.
Yeah. And he was just like, "I don't care if he claims to be a vegan and eats a steak." He's like, "Whatever. Like, if that's what you want to claim to be, you can claim to be that." Plus, now he's opened the door to him to maybe vegan cheeses and vegan mayo and stuff like that, where he can, branch out and actually become a vegan properly if he wants to be.
I wonder if he's ever seen like vegan cheese like in a grocery store and been like, "That's weird." Like it's all vegan.
What does that mean?
That's fucking weird. Like, duh.
I do love vegan food though. Vegan food is so good.
Yeah, it is pretty good. Speaking of vegan food, you can get yours at factormeals.com.
Look at that. You did better already, brother.
I did it.
Good job.
So we're going to hit an ad break and we'll be right back with our last story, unless you're a patron. So stay tuned. And we're back.
See what happens when you hype up your friends.
Josh did such a great job factoring the last story to our dad. So great job,
look at us
Josh.
all go.
I know.
We're a
And he's not even
machine.
75 years old.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right? That's what it's called, Factor 75, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, just making
sure. Well-oiled machine.
Not gonna lie, I was
Wow.
like, "Where's he going? Where's he going?"
I
So
just
someone knows.
laugh. I just laugh
Wow.
and hype my friends up.
And this is the last time I ever try to make a pun or anything like that.
You
I
tried,
doubt it,
buddy.
but-
You'll get him in the Patreon episode.
I
You
don't
got
want
it.
to.
I believe in you.
You got this.
Trigger warning for this next story for people who have panic attacks, spousal abuse, and what else would you say?
Sexual harassment.
Sexual harassment. Yes. Yeah. So if you're not okay listening to that, feel free to skip this story. And if you're a patron, we got timestamps. If you're not, we'll see you on Monday. So last story we got here is cross-posted by Gabe Itch 413. Sorry, that looked like Gabel, but it's not. And the title is, "Am I the asshole for getting disgusted by my wife while she was having a panic attack?"
Oh, yes.
Sean, you're up.
Oh, sorry. But yes.
Yeah, because your only concern should be helping her get out of said panic attack. You know what I mean? You can't be like, ugh.
This is like those fucking TikToks I see that are like, where the husband or boyfriend's doing something that's like
Normal.
Like a
and then
nice
the
thing.
woman is like an ick.
it's giving me the ick.
The fucking bike one. I mean, I get it. They're so fucking funny.
Some of them
They're
are funny.
so funny. Or the one where he's swimming and his feet are pointed.
Yeah.
Or like he's jumping on a trampoline and his little legs are dangling. Oh,
Yeah.
it's-
For those who don't know,
it's
there's like
fucking hilarious.
there's a trend of like girlfriends or boyfriends filming their significant other doing something that they look kind of stupid doing, and they're just like, gives me the ick.
Oh. So I'll probably see this in 2 weeks then.
Yeah,
When,
you'll see
like-
it in a month.
Yeah,
Yeah,
on
yeah,
Reels.
yeah.
It'll
On
be there
Reels,
soon. Yeah. When
Thanks,
this episode comes out, you
Yeah,
might see it.
perfect. So now I
The
can
sound is
understand.
that the sound is that Beyonce song.
Yeah, it is. And then there's someone who stitches those and has like a huge list of like 100 things of like
Things
don't
men
do
aren't
this.
allowed to do.
Damn.
Yeah, it's
funny.
funny.
All right, so let's hop into it. You're both saying you're the asshole, and I agree right now.
Holy shit.
God
Sean really
damn it
beat
right
me this
now.
episode.
He did. So I, 30 male, am married to this girl named Angela, 33 female, that we'll just call her Angie. Wild.
You
If
should have
that's
just
her real
said
name.
Angie
You're just
straight
outing
up.
her. Jesus.
God damn.
Hypothetically, my girl's name is Angie or Angela, but let's
said
call her
hypothetically?
Angie. No, that's what I'm
Oh, okay.
saying. It's wild if this is her real name.
It's gotta be. Why would you give your hypothetical name another hypothetical name?
nickname.
Weird.
What the fuck? What's going on?
What are you talking about? So I'm married to Jacqueline. We'll call her Jackie. No. Angie was my upperclassman in college. She is the cutest, sexiest girl on the planet, and I am madly in love with her. We are a rather unconventional couple. Angie and I value our privacy a lot. So
But
even
you
though we're
post
married,
on Reddit and outing her name.
her real name.
Damn it.
So even though we're married, we live in separate apartments. This is called living apart together, or LAT. It's kind of like the bed thing, Sean, but a
Learn
little bit
something
more
new every
extreme.
day.
Couldn't be me. I'm clean as hell.
Angie has endured several years of sexual harassment at her last workplace. This has left a devastating impression on her. She used to be so tomboyish and tough. She's an expert in martial arts, and she's been practicing martial arts ever since she was 8 years old. And I always joked that she could beat my ass up. But nowadays, she is a nervous wreck. She cries at least once every single day, and I'm carrying her through therapy. Anyway, this past July, I was visiting Angela in her apartment. Also keeps switching between Angie and Angela, but I digress. Our state was going through a heat wave at the time, and as a result, it was so hot and humid, and her apartment doesn't have air conditioning. Eventually, she told me that the heat was unbearable, and she took her shirt off and stripped down to nothing but her bra and shorts. For the past few years, Angela has a problem getting undressed due to her past sexual harassment. Last year, she even had a panic attack at a clothing store after she took her clothes off in the change room. For this reason, I warned Angie that she was making a big mistake when she took her shirt off while I was visiting her apartment. She just laughed me off and told me it would be fine. Angie started sweating heavily within a few minutes of taking her shirt off, and as I predicted a few hours later, she began to panic. She started crying, and pretty soon she was so scared that she couldn't even stand anymore. She collapsed on her knees and she was on the ground, crying hysterically and clutching her chest. She kept saying stuff like, "I don't want to die," and other things that indicated to me that she was scared out of her mind. She crawled towards her shirt and tried to grab it, but at this point, I was infuriated with her, so I grabbed her shirt and threw it across the room and forced Angie to remain shirtless. Oh. Eventually...
You typed this out, and you don't...
And thought,
think
I'm
you're
not the
that
asshole.
asshole. You're a villain in this story, brother.
Yeah. You're the devil.
Yes.
That's a subreddit. Throw them on there, because that's... holy shit.
Oh, okay, go ahead. Go finish, because I'm so
Yeah, there's
angry.
one more paragraph. Eventually, she grabbed my leg and hugged me tightly. I was disgusted by her, not just because she ignores my warning, but because she was sweating so much and her whole apartment smelled like her sweat. She was also crying on my leg, covering me with her tears. She hugged me for a while, and then I shoved her away. I told her that it was time for me to head back home, and she cried harder and begged me not to leave her. She started screaming about how she was going to be all alone and how scared she was. Yet I did leave her. Outside of her apartment, while I was waiting for the elevator, I could hear her screaming and crying. So am I the asshole? Holy shit, dude. Do you have to ask?
Please tell me this is a fucking AI story, dude.
It is not.
I got
This is gotta
no
be
words.
Like top 5 worst people, right? Like that we've ever
Yeah.
done.
Oh, it's up
gotta
there.
be like it's gotta be pretty high. This is
This is up there with the guy who left his wife for who had cancer.
like what can we even really say to that? You know what I mean? Like obvious. She's going through a panic attack. She can't like control, the
You bitching about
crying
sweat.
and the screaming and the sweat. And it's just like, dude, you're supposed to be there for her. Like this is very basic. I mean, obviously the situation is not basic, but I'm saying like just like human dignity. It's pretty like, okay, this is my partner. I need to support them. And you just did the fucking opposite, like the opposite, not just once by throwing the shirt, but like twice by fucking being disgusted, 3 times by fucking leaving. Like, it's just like, how many wrong decisions can you make? This one is
evil.
pretty appalling. Like, I don't know.
A lot of people are speculating it's fake, which I am hoping
I
it is.
hope it is.
I hope so.
I'm not
'Cause this is
not
just
saying
like
I'm glad
evil.
that I heard this story, Josh, but thank you for saving this one last. Because if this was the first story, the rest of this episode, it would be just silent completely. Because I am.
Well, we have 2 more patron stories after this.
I got you, but I'm like
and a whole episode to record after.
yeah, after that too.
flabbergasted. This has got to be fake. This has got to be fake. You know what I
I
mean?
hope so.
The fact that
I mean, even if it is fake, for someone to even think this is fucking disgusting.
Terrible.
and even if this specific scenario is fake, right? This shit has happened in real life. There are some terrible people who just dismisses panic attacks like that. And coming from someone who has panic attacks in the past, everyone's situation is different, you know? Mine is not like the uncontrollable, like crying. I'm literally frozen. Like I can't move. Like my heart is just racing and it's just nothing. Like I'm like an empty shell of myself essentially, right? And for her situation, she disclosed that she's had trauma. You were there bringing her to therapy sessions, and she was in a vulnerable state because she was in the element that she was super uncomfortable with, not having a shirt on because of her past trauma. And you throw her clothes away across the room. You get disgusted by her because of her uncontrollable sweat that she has no control over because she's just on a different state of mind right now.
Yeah.
And you have the fucking audacity to write this shit for possible millions of people to read, and you don't think you're a fucking villain in this scenario? Like, what is wrong with you? I am so mad right now. It's not even... Oh my God.
let's pick the energy up, because this is so there are some comments here that say I found funny, and hopefully will lift our spirits up a little bit, assuming this is fake. So number 1, Angelo says in our comments, it says this reads like an excerpt from an incel erotic novel. And user front butt comments below that and says, even if this guy's wildest fantasy, he can't imagine living with a woman or her being comfortable taking her shirt off in front of him. And I think I think this is some incel who wrote some, fantasy about,
but why
power fantasy? I have no idea.
Yeah. What kind of fucking fantasy is this? Like,
this is some sick shit, dude.
It's like a control fantasy where he's just like, oh, I'm in control kind of thing. It is what it feels like to me. And that's why it seems so ridiculous, in my opinion. I'm hoping this is fake. But anyway. All right, that is it for this episode, Wikimaniacs. What did you think? Were these people assholes? Let us know down in the comments on YouTube or on our subreddit or in the Discord. If you want to hear the last 2 Patreon stories we did, we had the perfect John
you'll
story.
Want to hear it.
Oh my gosh, I wish that one. You know what? I don't even wish it was on the main. People gotta pay for that shit.
The pure joy in John's the excitement
story
from John.
It was perfect. Thank you, Josh. That made because the last story ended with me pissed off, but I came out of that patron.
If you're
story
not a patron, you're wondering how do we have such a shift?
Why
in
are we so happy?
And tone.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So if you need to pick me up, go to patreon.com/cultivate podcast network. Get those 2 stories as well as tons of other bonus content and ad-free episodes. Don't forget you can submit your own Am I the Asshole stories to our subreddit and cross-post your favorite Am I the Asshole stories at Reddit on Wiki on our subreddit. Thank you, Sean and John, for coming on today. And thank you, Wikimaniacs, for giving your takes. We will see you on Monday. Bye.
Bye.
Go Texans.
32 male, white.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Very infrequently do they add the race. That's why. I think maybe the first.
This is the first for me.
White male. Whoa. Okay.